Hey everyone, welcome back to Shade Review. In today's video, we are reviewing the brand new Ray-Ban RB 3754 sunglasses. But first off, we gotta thank today's video sponsor, our own website, shadereviewstore.com, the app's best place to buy designer sunglasses, up to 80% off the original MSRP. Again, our website there is shadereviewstore.com. Check it out. So let's go ahead and pop the sunglasses on face and talk about the dimensions. These have 60mm lenses and then a 19mm bridge. And this is the standard and only lens size that the sunglasses are produced in, so there's not a larger or a smaller lens size when it comes to the RB 3754 sunglasses. This exact colorway is their matte Havana on matte gold frames with their brown polarized crystal all glass lenses. Now, as far as the shape here, we have a semi-ovular, I would call it an irregular shape to it probably, just because they're not very symmetrical here, and it adds definitely a very interesting style to them. Relatively unique actually, kind of reminds me a little bit of the style of the sunglasses in the early 2000s that look very similar to these, but these are definitely on the oversized size, and again, they're not produced in a smaller lens size. Now, what's really interesting about this pair of sunglasses was the fact that they have this matte Havana. It's kind of like a powder coating to them. So to produce this, Ray-Ban actually painted this Havana color on the actual frames. Now, they also have other colorways where they don't have this really cool looking design to it. This, I believe, is the only colorway that has this really interesting style, and it reminds me of some of the early 1990s Ray-Bans that actually were surrounded by an acetate material, which looked really, really cool. These are kind of copying that, but with a much cheaper to produce form factor. And honestly, I do think it looks pretty good. It's probably going to last a lot longer than the acetate would, because if you left those acetate because it was so thin in a car and it got really hot, it'd warp and kind of squeak, and it didn't really hold up too well. These being painted should hold up a lot better. But I think this is the first time that Ray-Ban really has implemented this, so I guess time will tell as to how long this material will actually hold up. Now, if we take a close look at the sunglasses, we can see a painted on Ray-Ban logo here in the top right corner of the sunglasses for authentication purposes, and the P next to it stands for polarized because these sunglasses do have polarized lenses. Now, taking a look right here, we can see an etched RB logo in the left corner of the lens for authentication purposes. Now, if we move down to the temples, we can see it's absolutely beautiful etching, and it does say Ray-Ban there as well, and it looks really nice. These sunglasses also have extremely premium 3-barrel all-metal hinges, which feel absolutely fantastic when open up and closing them. Just very solid and substantial, and very smooth. Very shocking here how good these actually feel. They definitely feel a lot better than a normal pair of Ray-Ban sunglasses for whatever reason. Now, if we take a look here in the inner right temple sunglasses, we can see it says Ray-Ban T and then polarized, and the T means that the frame is made in China. And if we move all the way down to the ear rest, we can see in fact it does say made in China, and we can see these really nice looking tortoise color temple tips as well. And I believe these are a propionate or a nylon material. It kind of looks like a nylon, but I'm not entirely sure. Ray-Ban doesn't tell us on the website here. But it definitely is not an acetate, because you can kind of see that semi kind of like spray painted tortoise color, so definitely not an acetate there. Now, these sunglasses do have very nice fully adjustable nose rests. You can actually bend these out and give them a custom fit to your face. They do have their little Ray-Ban logo through the clear that you can see for authentication purposes, and that's really nice. Now, if we take a look at the inner bridge, we can see it says 6019, which of course stands for the lens size and the bridge width of the frames. And then here in the inner left temple of frames, we can see that color code and model information there as well. Now, like I said, these frames are made in China, but the build quality here is just absolutely fantastic. Everything here is really nice. The welds are perfectly seamless. They did a really good job with powder coating these frames as well and getting that beautiful kind of looking tortoise effect. I'm not sure how good it's going to look on camera, but it definitely looks really good in person. Now, these, of course, like I said, do have all glass crystal lenses, so they're going to have fantastic optical clarity. Their brown lenses are one of my absolute favorite lenses from Ray-Ban. They're going to really help increase the contrast and colors and the clarity, kind of like Ray-Ban's Chromance lenses, just to really give a vivid pop to them. I really do love a good brown lens. And then the polarizer is going to block 99.9% of glare as well, which is really helpful if you're in high glare situations near water and you want to mitigate that glare. The only downside of this particular pair of sunglasses is they definitely squeak just a little bit. So if I put these up next to the microphone, You can hear just a little bit of like kind of creaking of the frame, and that's just because it has one single bridge. So because of that, the whole frame's gonna flex more than it would if it was a double bridge pair of sunglasses. I think if it was a double bridge pair of sunglasses, I think we wouldn't have any squeaking whatsoever. So that's definitely a little bit of a downside. And I also wanted to mention that these frames do have a very nice and premium anti-reflective material here on the backside, which is really, really nice, especially considering the fact that these don't have the best coverage from the sun. So here up top, you can see there's a pretty big gap to let sunlight in unprotected, and here on the side, again, a massive gap to let sunlight in unprotected. So overall, one of the most practical pair of sunglasses from Ray-Ban. Overall, a really good pair of sunglasses. I do really like these a lot. Now, as far as the pricing goes, they're going to run you $231 with these polarized lenses and $178 with non-polarized lenses. So I'm going to leave a link in the description down below directly to Ray-Ban's website so you can check out all the other really cool colorways. And I'm also going to leave a link in the description down below directly to shadereviewstore.com, which is our website where we sell some of these colorways for a substantial discount off the original MSRP. Overall, a good pair of sunglasses. I don't like the squeaking, but as far as the quality goes, these are really, really high quality. Again, they're basically flawless other than the squeaking. Everything here is just absolutely perfect. The hinges feel very, very, very good. Very nice stuff. So this is just kind of showing that Ray-Ban is capable of making very high quality eyewear in China. It's just the squeaking there is definitely on the downside. Now, if they put like a polymer or plastic or nylon lens here, it definitely wouldn't squeak nearly as much. But of course, they did want to put these crystal glass lenses, so some pros and cons. And of course, higher end manufacturers could pull off making a frame like this without squeaking, I do believe. They have a couple different tricks they can use up their sleeve to really mitigate that, and also higher quality control and tighter tolerances would get rid of any squeaking as well. But overall, these sunglasses really do impress me, especially considering the fact that they are made in China. Just a really good, solid pair of sunglasses. These are definitely something to look into if you like this style. As far as style goes, personally, I don't love this kind of style. I never really liked that early 2000s kind of oval sunglass style. I think they still look pretty decent on my face, but I'm not a huge fan of these. I definitely wouldn't mind wearing these out. They're just not my particular favorite style, if that makes sense. But that's all for guys in this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to give me a big thumbs up down below, and of course, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and then you'll be notified every single time I upload a brand new video just like this one to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you so much for watching the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one.